Hey guys, welcome back to Restoration Nation. So today I'm actually going to be attempting to actually time the tractor, or at least make sure that I can actually get spark when I need to. Thankfully, all of these companies are smart. And actually, you'll find this in your car too. You will find your firing order usually on the block or on the intake of your vehicle. So in this case, the firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. So that's the way it should fire as your distributor spins. So, but the problem is that I'm not sure when this is hitting 1 to fire on 1. Once I figure that out, it's actually quite simple. But I need to figure that out first. So I gotta pop all this back off, and since I can't really build up enough compression by sticking my thumb over the hole, because I tried this the other day, I tried sticking my thumb over the spark plug hole, and my thumb actually isn't big enough to block it off to build up compression. I can't seal it. Can't get my thumb in there to seal it. So I have to tear the whole thing off and follow my valves. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing I gotta do is I gotta take off this sheet metal flaring that I dicked with for a half an hour last time I was here, and could not seem to get this last one on because this thing is bent to high hell and back. This is really screwed up tin, which is kind of sad, but honestly it's kind of expected. I mean, that case right there, that thing, that was the best part about it. I mean, it was so cheap, but also the fact that it had like just completely straight tin. I don't think we've actually found a dent on it yet, which is actually quite incredible. Or at least, but then again, haven't really taken that close of a look at the paneling and not to see a dent to dent. Who's gonna give a shit? It's a tractor. We all know these things are meant for working. There we go. Oh. All right. Now we got that off. We gotta remove. Yep. I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna actually put this on at the show. I wouldn't need to clean it up. Actually, I wouldn't really need to. I probably won't. Not this year. Maybe next year I'll actually. Oh, because I can't get that pipe out. It's seized in there tight, and we remember I've taken a wrench to it and tried, and it wasn't coming out. It's seized in tight. Oh good, I don't need to. Well, that's one fear alleviated. I couldn't remember how high these studs came up. So I was thinking, oh shit, am I gonna have to go grab my deep wells, which are in my storage unit, the storage unit where I keep all the stuff in my house. But thankfully, no, I can just use a regular kit. So let's pop off that cover and see how it looks. Doesn't make too much of a mess. I did put oil in here already. Don't figure it all out. So we need to watch these valves here, and when this is at top dead center, which is actually at top dead center right now, it actually might be at fire right now. Well, once these two valves are both in the up position here, yeah, I don't, this stupid tripod's a little too short. But once both these valves here are in the up position and they're not compressed at all, that's when I know this is actually in the fire stroke. So if you don't know, the way an engine actually works, at least on a 4-stroke, if your dirt bike and your weed whacker work on something different, but most of your engines are 4-strokes, is that the engine actually does 4 strokes. So the first stroke is actually intake. That's where it pulls in the gas and air mixture to that will ignite later. Then there's compression, where it pushes up and compresses those gases together. Hence why both the valves will be shut. And then, as it just about hits top dead center, or when it hits top dead center, depending on how precise your timing is, you have what's called the power stroke. That's when the spark plug ignites between that gap there, if I can get it close enough to you. That's when that gap has spark. And then it proceeds, that expansion of hot gases pushes the piston down. That's what creates the power in your engine. So with the rumbling you hear in an engine, that's a bunch of explosions. And then there's finally the exhaust stroke, where it simply comes back up and pushes out all the hot gases, and this process starts all over again. Anyway, so I think I'm actually lucky, and this is actually on the power stroke already. So let's see, is it going to? Okay, so that's down. That's exhaust, right? Next down again. Intake. Piston. Okay, so that's top dead center. That's main. Alright, so my top dead center. Okay, so intake, compression. So it should have fired right there. Power and exhaust stroke. Okay. I'm actually. Let me set it up so you guys can see it better. Okay, can you guys see it a bit better now? Hope that doesn't fall over, because that is not a very good place for that tripod. But anyways, as you're washing, so that's intake, compression, power, and then exhaust stroke right there. So now that we have that, let's go back to intake, compression, and power right there. So that's where I need my spark to be. So, now that you've seen that, okay. So now what I need to do is I actually need to pop off my distributor cap here. Somewhat careful. Alright, and so this is where the problem comes. I don't know where fire is on this. So it could either be that I'm firing here, which will be on, so it could either be, I'm either firing one on this plug, or I'm firing on this plug. Let me bring it over and show you. See what I'm looking at here? And I am not exactly sure as to which one is truly fire. Okay, so I actually called the local farm store, or the, well, I guess I called Johnson Tractor, who sells Case International Harvester equipment. And so I called them to actually, because I didn't want to do this wrong. And it turns out, yes, this metal tab is actually where fire is. So that means that, that is so dumb. I can't rotate the camera around. That's dumb. But yeah, so now I know exactly how to time this thing. So yeah, we might get started today. So I got my spark plug wires here, brand new. it should be. Okay, so now that I've got that all done, I can actually put the cover back on. Now I'm still gonna have to properly work on getting this timed right because I have a shop towel in here. I don't think I do. Because I don't think I got spark. I'm not getting spark right now, which is oh, that's hard. But yeah, so since I'm not getting spark, either A, because I don't have that hooked up, or B, it could be that my magneto isn't charged. It's not, what's it called? Basically doesn't have any magnetism anymore. Hopefully that's not the case, because that'll be expensive to be fixed. Okay, so I at least think I have this timed in the right order. Problem is though, I'm not getting spark. I'm gonna first try and hopefully get this wire on here because we come over here and look at the B, and the B's and the A's are almost identical except for the wide, where the narrower front end, the wider rear end. If you look here, you see how I got this wire here? I gotta take and get that for that one. So I'm probably just gonna wait for my brother because I have to use his stuff.